So, they talk about government collapse, and it's because nobody knows who their leader is. From one individual to the next, they don't know what leads them. And I'm here to tell you, it's time to find out who your leaders are on your street, in your neighborhood, because it doesn't make sense to have a centralized leader over there where you're doing a joystick and you turn on a TV set and you think that something is going on there. That is the biggest deception that keeps stringing out the potential of human evolution. But okay, so there's a lot that will be happening, if not over the next, well, the seven years is an attempt to bring the population, the numbers down. But really, I don't want to talk about that. It's about reforming the entire human organism. But there is a race. Who can be their leader before they find out how to lead themselves? And so in my neighborhood, it's pretty daring, but I know who I am, you see. On my street alone, I mean, okay, so, if I say I'm a leader, these people think I'm a fucking egomaniac or something. It's like, no, I'm the first one on the street here. As far as my homestead, my house that was built, I'm the first one here, so that I'm leading there. I'm the first one to have chickens on my street, if not in Idlewild, for as long as I have. I've had them for at least 12 or 13 years now. I'm the first one. In fact, people started copying me. Of course, it's not, you can say, oh no, it's not copying, Shauna. People want to get chickens. It's time. No, all the women that, came down, they were saying, I want to get chickens. I want a yard like yours, blah, blah, blah. So I led with that. And my presence here, how that I'm staying present to the wilderness. And it's almost like I'm the first person to come up with that in my neighborhood. It's like, well, no, what I mean is, if you are somebody who's has a righteous connection to the truth in reality, that means we got to have a conversation about the truth in reality. What is that? I'm the truth in reality. A narcissist, they have a head that fashions you up, and it's not the truth and it's not reality. The mind will never be reality. It can't control reality. It doesn't create reality. It'll create a human condition which either denies reality or keeps it in tune. And that's where a lot needs to be changed, because people are tuned out of reality. Now, it doesn't need to be a big fucking fiery war to just burn out these people who are going like this. No. I say you stand your ground and you communicate as much as you can. Now, my experience, babes, and if anybody's following my channel, what I've come up with, I'm the leader. I'm the leader in this subject matter as far as the narcissism on Earth. If I come up with something that nobody else has come up with, which this language I'm about to use, it seems harsh, but this is the problem. Women aren't taking their position of power. I don't want to sound biased, but this is the problem. Why there is illness, and then how that, I hate to say this, but how that men are allowed to lord over women. And the thing is they don't have, men don't have intelligence. If they don't have a woman there, they don't know what they're working for. This is just a science that we can see. It's like obvious, you know, see, a woman, if she's human, she doesn't have to have kids. If she's a human being, she could learn sciences that just prevents her from getting involved until she's ready. She doesn't need the government to do that for her. In fact, she was doing that on her own. In the past, they were called witches. Whoever were stirring cauldrons inside of their kitchens, practicing safe birth control, as well as herbal medicinal healing and a lot of other things. Now, those women were considered a threat to the church, whether it's because they're not going to get enough hamburger patties in with all of the uncontrolled births in, or that they just didn't want the real leaders. They didn't want to get out of position of power. So what I'm leading and forefronting, and I can't put it into words now, but I was trying to get it together here while my computer was chugging away. I have a knack of just tangling up my computer. It's kind of funny. And so we might be really far away from this realization, only because communications need to happen. See, for me, babes, it's too many times that I have been correct. I'm not an ego. I'm just saying, no, 2 + 2 is 4. Can you see it? Can you see? I know you think one thing, but move that out of the way. Now look. Every situation is different. It's just like this leadership fucking idea where everybody needs this one president of the nation. No. In your neighborhood, find out who your leaders are. It's time now. This is what the problem is going to be. You're going to run into the Antichrist. You're going to run into people who are just handling Antichrist. They think that this is the healthy truth and the way to go. Like, for instance, the people that put asphalt down on their residential areas, on their yards. That asphalt is Antichrist saying, "Hey, I'm the one. I can be safe for walking on. I'm the ground. I could be used for this. I'm safe." No, you're not. No, you're not. I relate it with virgin. It's not virgin territory. You have to stay with the virgin. You know, it's tainted with inorganic material. You know, decomposed granite and other organic materials is called virgin. And that needs to be straightened out. What do we mean by virgin? I heard, well, it's just a woman who hasn't had a child yet. And it's like, no, that's something to say right there. A virgin doesn't have anything to do with whether or not a person has had sex or not. It has nothing to do with a woman. It has something to do with an information field that is pure, that is its original state, like non-GMO something. Now, how far that can go, really, like, well, none of this is natural. None of this is, you could say organic, but it's like, no, we're talking about what promotes life, what can live there. Now, we are in a state of people don't know how vital, like how their foods are poisoned as well as their pet foods are poisoned. You notice it in the pets. I've noticed it in the pets first. You know, your animals are trying to eat the food that you're giving them, but after a while, they come up with problems. Either it's like these people that keep their animals like really fat. Why do they have to do that? Well, they don't have to. It's just the way that it's panning out that that stuff is making it do that. And plus, babes, people are. It's just not the same anymore. Why? Like the reason why people have dogs. So that ended for me. I won't be getting involved with things that they are plugging people with saying, oh, this regulation and that regulation and this licensing and this registration and blah, 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 fucking get out of here. So here I am already switched over to chickens. And chickens, you know, they don't need all that hassle with fucking bullshit. And they are actually environmentally doing something that they can still work for us. Even if you have a really small yard, they eat anything. So you won't ever have leftover foods. They'll eat anything. You know, and it's not like a dog who will reject the vegetable parts or anything. They'll just, you know, and anyway, there's a lot that we're going to be pulling up based on the real information and what's working, what's the truth, and how it can work based in harmony, not just forcing it on there. See, that's what man does. Women don't do that. And I'm not a biased person or anything, but I'm looking at something very, like, this is like, whoa, so what's going to happen? What I see, what I think might happen, that might work. And this is probably over the next 100 years, or if ever. This is what I really wanted to say, is because science is saying that, well, the human being is going extinct. And I blame that on women. No, not that they're just not having children anymore. No, they're not bothering to breed.